Good morning, this is Alan Cousin of Get Up Radio Media Broadcast. There's a reason you can't see me today, because it's early in the morning and basically I'm not looking too sharp, so I figured I'd go in complete closure and darkness. But it's not about seeing me, it's about hearing what I have to say that's important. And I feel this is very important for y'all to hear, not only because of the future and progression of how the government and society is going today, but more so about the future of what we're looking at tomorrow, not only for ourselves, but for our young minds. So, let's be brief and get to the point, as they say. Student loans. Student loans, basically. I know myself, I had to pay off my student loans. It took me approximately about 8 years to pay them off. Fortunate for me, I was able to finally get them paid off. And, of course, now I have other bills, but that's just normal bills. But right now, when I went to college, it's far different from people going to college today. The average person that actually goes to college increases a debt of $26,000 a year average per average school year. $26,000 a year. That's a lot of money that you're accumulating in student debt. Now, my problem with this is that May 31st, President Obama made a speech in Washington towards the press. And of course, me being part of the press, I had someone there who basically made sure to listening on it for ourselves. And July 1st, Congress had to go ahead and stipulate a law, because last year they stipulated a law that they would actually keep the student loans interest rate down to 3%. But they had to go ahead and stipulate that law would be pushed on for another year, if not longer, by July 1st. Well, unfortunately, that law was not pushed on July 1st. So now, as of today, all student loans that will now be accepted for students are now going to be at a 6.3% interest rate. Now, just to give you a factor of exactly how important that is, last year alone, the government made $53 billion on student loan interest. Last year alone, $53 billion on student loan interest. That means basically that was based on 3% average of student loans for every student. $53 billion was given to the government. Now you're looking at a double of $106 billion is going to be given to the government by next year, based on student loan interest. But yet, Europe has this great program where basically a student doesn't have to worry about paying their student loans. They actually go to school for free, and in return they simply have to work a job as a coffee shop person or something on the school grounds for 15 hours, 20 hours a week, and basically in return they don't have to worry about paying for school. So actually going to school and actually getting an education and actually not having to worry about paying back to society, but then utilizing their effects and talents to actually get a job to work within society. Now, of course, the government is working on this progression, and certain people believe in this and certain people don't, which is why we have democracy, which unfortunately at times can be a conflict of interest to our life and the life of how we look in standards. So, with that being said, my thing is this: I am letting you, the people of America, know. Get up. As Get Up Radio would say, get up. Call your congressman. Call your senator. Call your representative. You must let them know that they need to get up. They need to go ahead and make this law statement go through. Now, of course, you do realize July 1st, all legislative lawmakers are now on vacation because of the 4th of July week. So calling them today, tomorrow, won't even waste your time. But next Monday or Friday, you need to call your congressman, call your senator, write them, let them know they need to pass this vote to make it so that we have a 3% interest rate again on student loans. Because I'm sorry, paying $106 billion in interest towards the government, and then having the average student having to worry about now doubling their interest rates, it's not going to help the economy, and it's not going to help America. This is Alan Cousin from Get Up Radio, as always saying get up with life, music, the world, at getupradio.com. And remember, Get Up Radio. We're a radio station, a media broadcast, not only for us. We're here for the people. Thank you. Have a great day.